How's it going, everybody? Rye right here today, and we are back with our Minnesota Wild Draft to Glory. We are here in the off-season, ready to go with the draft, adding some more pieces. But before we get started, guys, I now have a channel membership. If you want to support the channel for just a few bucks every month, basically worth a cup of coffee, go ahead, join. You'll get priority replies from me. You'll get a special badge next to your name for each month you are subscribed to the channel membership, and you'll get some cool emotes that we use on Twitch and some of the ones that I've customized myself. Also, we have a Discord server down in the description as well. I'm loving talking to you guys. NHL 22 is right around the corner. We're going to talk as soon as information drops. I'm posting everything I know in there, links to articles, maybe some videos that pop out, and also you guys are helping me decide what I want to do next season. So if you want to tell me what franchise mode I should do, join the Discord. But guys, now it is time to simulate up to the draft, ready to get this underway. Marcus Johansson is going to accept his contract extension. Same thing with Duar and O'Rourke, but Marcus Johansson's contract extension is very important. I really think I'm going to keep the current ticket prices, but I really think San Jose is going to win the cup. I think Marcus Johansson coming back is a very, very good deal for us. He's an 88 overall. He's only getting, what, a $2.5 million pay bump for 2 years. He'll be 36 at the end of it. The guy has been an absolute machine ever since we started here. 2020-21 was our first year. 75 points. Then he only put up 56, and I'm pretty sure that's because I moved him off. Actually, no, he was still on the first line. But then he has bounced back with 3 point-per-game seasons, just about 20 goals a season. Hopefully, we're not starting to see the decline for Johansson, but I really don't have another center to take his place. Nykulin and Rossi are up there, so Johansson may drop down to the second line, but for now, he gets such good chemistry on that first line. I can't really suggest moving him off of it. Anyway, I think I might check my owner goals just in case I have to upgrade something. I have insufficient funds, and yeah, I have insufficient funds. Everything needs to be upgraded. That's great. So we'll see how the lottery goes. We're probably going to be picking in the teens. Vancouver jumps 1 spot, Columbus drops 1 spot, and Detroit stays where they are. Can't wait for that to change, where they only have the top 2 lottoed off. That's a welcome change, in my opinion. View the retired players. Who else has retired? Joe Thornton has retired a Penguin. Eric Stahl retires as part of the depth in Colorado. Phil Kessel retires a Coyote. Vlasic. Taze retires a Golden Knight. Interesting. Giordano. Edler. Wow. So a lot of big names retiring this year. Mats Zuccarello, who we just traded last season, retires at the end of his deal. So as you guys remember, we traded him to Tampa Bay. He put up 54 points in Tampa, a -6, and then decided to call it quits. So absolute steal there. Absolute dub on that trade. Let's see what goaltenders retired. Henrik Lundqvist calls it quits. Carey Price, Pekka Rinne, Jonathan Quick, Mike Smith, Varlamov, Bishop, Talbot, Allen. Wow, a lot of big names retiring there. You can see the coaches that retired. Giordano is now a scout, which is interesting. We're going to continue simming, and I think we'll see here. I'm going to move on probably from that defenseman in the system here, who's got medium elite. Cogliano, he's 1967, so I think that's up 1, but honestly, he's not worth it. I might move him and our first to move up into the top 5 and take who's ever available. Let's join the draft and see if anybody wants to give up their pick here in the top 5. They don't really want to, but if we find a trade, let's see here, because we have to trade. We don't have to trade our first, but I think if we view the draft class, I'd love to move up to 1, obviously, and get Alvara here. He just looks so good. But Don Jams at 5 looks really as good as the rest of them. He's got the same numbers there. He's got no weaknesses. He's NHL ready. Cycle Pinch is a better one for me. Mark White is NHL ready. Shoot Pinch, he looks good as well, but I just think that the fact that Don Jams there could be a guy to take at 5, and we would have to, it'd probably be easier to get 5. Obviously, these other, wow, there are so many, holy smokes, there's a lot of good defensemen in this class. And if we can avoid giving up 20, so we can still take one of these guys here, I'd be very happy. Maybe Wise, Huey, and then Verdun. I don't know how to say that name exactly, but Huey might be a guy to go after. He put up great stats. He's got a good shooting category. His character is a problem, they say, but I'm not too worried about that. Down here, looking here, there's not really anybody that I would, reach on per se. There's Bolland here, 4 years away. You guys know I love my guys that are close, and then these guys are all right around where we're picking next. So I'd like to move up to 5 with the Montreal Canadiens, seeing potentially what we could get for their first. I mean, it's got a ton of value. Gonchar, a third, and Wallstedt. So they're okay to move it. Gonchar is not somebody I'm willing to give up. He's 79. He's coming up next year. Wallstedt is a guy that could also come up soon. So we're just going to make our own trade. Probably don't want to give up our first, but skaters matching their block. They don't want the prospect defenseman. Rookie skaters. Cogliano's not a guy on their radar, but can I sweeten the deal? They don't have a second. And I have 2. I've got 2 seconds. Can I give them 51st overall in Cogliano for the 5th overall pick? Trade rejected. All right, so maybe we'll have to give up our first in Cogliano to move up to 5. Trade rejected. Doesn't meet their trade block at all. So, okay, maybe I'll give up the 3rd. They don't really have many picks, right? They have a first, and that's about it. Jesus. So they are not going to be a good team. But Cogliano, a 1st and a 3rd to move up to 5th overall. They're not interested in that either. Skaters matching the block. Who are they interested in that I am interested in trading? Burkholz looks really good. I don't want to get rid of him. I don't think there's going to be a player that... I mean, maybe I could give up Wallstedt, right? We have a 1st, a 3rd, rookie skaters in Cogliano, and then rookie goalies. They want Wallstedt or Tucker Tynan. I'd rather give them... I know Tynan is signed to a really cheap deal, and if he grows, he's played in the NHL this year. Wallstedt, we'll see. They want Wallstedt. I can throw him in there. Sweeten the deal. No, it's quite far off, apparently. So I have to give up quite a bit more in assets. What they want is, I mean, Luo Mala, he's 20 and only 73. Luo Mala's a guy, we took 31st overall. He's a sniper. He's got a ridiculous wrist shot. He could jump quite a bit. He put up 30 goals in the AHL. But he's 20. He's 73 overall. I'd rather give him up. They'd have too many skaters in the organization. I can't acquire any players. That's not great because it's a draft to glory. I'm not allowed to do that. I almost slipped. I almost went ahead and did that. So I guess I have to give up more draft picks. Maybe a 3rd next year. 2/3, a 1st in Cogliano. Trade rejected. They're not interested. Okay, so what would it take to get Vegas's 4th overall pick? Because if Montreal doesn't want to negotiate, then that's fine with me. Let's go look at the Vegas Golden Knights. What do they want for their 1st overall pick? Marco Rossi and Luo Mala, Kaprizov, Gonchar and Thompson, or Johansen in a 3rd. Marco Rossi is not somebody I'd be willing to give up. Luo Mala, like I said, I am probably willing to give up. He could be really good, and his overall, I don't know, guys. He's good in certain areas, but his passing is a 65. He's not going to put up points at all. I'd rather give up the rookie skater. They do want Cogliano, too. So Cogliano and Luo Mala for the 4th overall pick is too far off. Okay, so how much trade value does Rossi have then? He's got almost a full bar of trade value. Wow, okay, they do want the 2nd round pick, so maybe I'll throw in 51st overall to this deal. Cogliano, Luo Mala, and 51st to Vegas is still too far off. Okay, I'd give up 20. They'd still have a 1st round pick. Would that go through? Trade accepted. So there we go. We move up to 4th overall. And I think that's a very good deal. I think that's a really good deal. I wish we could go after a guy like Monahan, but we unfortunately cannot. So we take a look here. Toivonen goes. That might be a toss-up as far as who goes, but I think Toivonen was projected to go 2nd. Yeah, he was. They want Clarence Locke is 2 years away. Don Jams is already NHL ready, and we need a defenseman to come up. I like Cycle Pinch a lot better than Shoot Pinch. But the problem with Vitaly Tikhonov, he's probably going to get taken here, is he's not quite as good. He's a year away. Don Jams, however, from the OHL, the 6'2" defenseman is really good. Mark White from the Malmo Redhawks is another guy that's interesting, but Shoot Pinch, I'd rather have Cycle Pinch, and Don Jams just looks better. They're both technically NHL ready, but he's just going to be really good at everything. So we'll take a look here, guys. I just want to draft activity. We traded Cogliano, Luo Mala, and a 1st to move up to 4th overall because we really do kind of need to get a young prospect that can just steal the show for us, right? we need that young elite defenseman. And in a class stacked with top-end defensemen, we had to move up into the top 4. They're going to take Tikhonov, who's a 73. Like I said, he's not quite as good. I'm going to take Don Jams. Our scouts rank him 4th compared to Mark White at 5th. And I'm going to trust that. I believe that. I really do, based on like the grades they're giving out. I mean, B's across the board or A minuses. I'd rather have the A minuses. So Don Jams, welcome to the Minnesota Wild. He's a 77 overall, medium elite defenseman who's got 82 passing and offensive awareness, 83 defensive awareness with 85 shot blocking and 83 stick checking. He is so well-rounded. He is going to be very, very good. I think I could play him in the minors for the start of the season. Actually, it's either the NHL or the minors. We'll have to see what the coach wants or says. Montreal, who are they going to take? They're going to take Mark White, who's slightly worse. He's a minor league top 4, where we got a minor league top 2. He's a defensive defenseman, though. But yeah, his stats don't look anywhere as good as Don Jam. So I'm very happy with that pick. We will go ahead and sim to our next pick, which is pick number 45. A bunch of actually decent players go. A low elite grinder goes to the Capitals there. As far as other things, so actually an uptick in quality here. 3-bar low elite power forward. I feel like I got to take the chance on that. I know this guy here, these guys are all 3 years away. And they have Lahtinen as 3 years away as well. So I think I might take him. There's also Ashton Foligno, the offensive defenseman. But I'd rather get, wow, there's a lot of good Finns in this class. Holy smokes. I'd rather get this Finns. He doesn't utilize his shot very well. Has not got great hands. But he could be elite with the potential. At worst, he's probably going to be medium top 6. So I think I'm going to take the shot on Hannu Lahtinen with the pick. He is a low elite grinder. Interesting. So somebody that's going to hopefully factor into our bottom 6 someday as a grinder, with the chemistry most likely going to be the 4th line. We've got a pick coming up here in just a few picks. Kakko was 64, medium top 6. I'd rather have the low elite, though. So there's quite a few good players still available, it seems. Victor Pitts, we don't know much about him. Potentially 2 years away for Daniel Ferland, but I don't trust it. 4 years away for Leonard. As far as other players based on potential, not a ton of guys that... Oh my God! A medium elite. Guys, I almost overlooked this. A medium elite from the Czech Republic, from HC Victovice. So if any of my Czech Republic fans are watching, we're going to get one from one of your, I think, one of your favorite teams. It's not one of your favorite teams, but you guys at least showed me this logo, and I love this logo. But a medium elite defenseman, a defensive defenseman, nonetheless. I can't pass on that. He may have a low overall and may have a lot of work to do, but the potential is there. High ceiling, low floor. So now we're going to pick 82. We still have our 3rd round pick here at pick 20. This is ours. Let's keep scrolling for a little bit. Matteo Wolf from the Malmo Redhawks is 5 years away, but he looks okay. There's some decent guys here. 2-bar medium elite center and Corey Hicketts is 4 years away, which is actually pretty good for this stage in the draft. Don Martins is 3 years away, which is what I like to see here in the 3rd. 5 years away there. And as far as, yeah, that would be going down to our next pick. Best potentials available. Damian Henney, 2-bar medium elite, and then Corey Hicketts, 2-bar medium elite. 4 years here, 4 years here. This guy is decent, A+. He's put up 5 points in 18 games. How many? He only played 11 minutes. 5 points in 18 games translates to pretty good numbers, if you ask me. But the fringe starter here could be pretty good. I don't like the idea of taking a goalie here, so I think I'm going to take the shot on Damian Denny. The Polish lad is a 60 overall sniper at top 9 potential, so that's fine. He'll be up here probably soon enough, sooner rather than later. It's a decent pick. CU is 1-bar low elite. I'm not going to take that chance. We don't know much about pretty much anybody else. Potentially 3 years away for Staubitz from Saskatoon. But looking through here, there's not a ton of guys. Terry Kovacs actually looks not too bad, but he's 5 years away potentially, so I'm probably going to stay away from that. Potentially 4 years away here. 3 unknowns. Let's trust our scout rankings and see who the scouts rank as the next best guy. They say Landon Cummins is the next guy to go after, but we don't know much about him. They aren't very confident in it. I think I might take Staubitz. He's not got a good potential. Matti Pikarainen is 5 years away. CU is low elite. I mean, A- shooting. he actually looks pretty good as a left defenseman with A- shooting. Let's take the pick there. Trust that he's low top 6, but he's got a really good shooting category. Yeah, no, that's not a great pick for me. I don't know much. As much as I'd love to take on Jacob Markstrom for a 5th, to get paid to take on Jacob Markstrom, that is. I can't take on any players. 4 years away for these guys. Do we have anybody else that's less than 4 years away? 5 years, 4 years here for Jackson Douglas. He's low top 6, could be, so that could be interesting. 4 years, 5 years. Yeah, we're looking at potential now. We're just looking at guys that could turn into something in the future. I actually kind of like the idea of Norton, but I don't want to take another defenseman. Kent Pekka, 4 years away. Seems like an energy guy for the bottom lines. Yeah, and these are our next picks. So we'll take somebody up here. There's not really a lot of quality, don't get me wrong. They want me to take Clayton Bolt, but I'm not going to trust. Lars Tommerns is 2-bar medium top 9. Is he going to be good? Probably not. Gary Cook here put up quite a few points, but not anything spectacular. Actually, what did he put up? He put up just about 53 in 65, which is pretty good in the OHL. We can take a shot on him and just see what happens. Actually, we know we have a low top 9 here in Jalen Sparks. What were his stats like? He put up no points in 13 games against B competition. I'm going to take Gary Cook, because why the heck not? And we are going to get a medium top 9 forward. Okay. I'll take it. He's 19. He's a little bit older, though, so yeah, maybe not as good as it could have been, but also not as bad as it could have been. 1-bar high elite for Ackerman here. He doesn't have good reflex. He won't be a very good player. Mario Vinau is 3 years away from potentially being a starter. He's 17. I'll take the shot on the goalie. I think I'm going to take the shot on the goalie, and he's a medium backup, which is not great, but I took the shot on him. 6th round. It's whatever. Francois Levesque. Did not put... I wish I could sort by, like, points and stuff. That'd be really cool. Here is a guy who put up 47 points in 64 games. It's actually not too bad. He's got a good shooting category. He's got D competition. Lou McElroy from the Barrie Colts could be somebody to look at. 17. I still think Lou McElroy is probably better than this. He did play a lot more ice time, though. Francois Levesque with 17 goals and 26 assists gives him 43 points in 59 games. With actually, I'm gonna take him. We're gonna see what he turns into, and he's a low top 9 sniper. Okay, which is not bad, right? That's actually value for where we're picking. I will 100% take that. I'm not upset about that in the slightest. Simming to the re-sign phase, we probably don't have anything too concerning. We need to re-sign some coaches, re-sign a couple scouts, but for the most part, we are good. Currently, no restricted free agents left to sign. Nykulin, 90 overall now, is probably going to be the bona fide number 1 player, number 1 center. Kaprizov fits so well on that second line. Is it time to find a new coach, perhaps? Is it time to find a new coach? Maybe I can play Johansen and Fiala on that second line, because I know they fit together beautifully. Carry, shoot, efficient, balanced. And then Marcus Johansson is carry, shoot, efficient, balanced. So that would 100% be the guys I would go after. Carry, cycle, balanced. What is Craig Takashi is balanced, cycle, energy, block. He's not going to fit many places. Jordan Greenway is balanced, energy, balanced. Yeah. And Nykulin is balanced, shoot, balanced, block. So Kaprizov, carry, cycle. He's actually the one that doesn't fit. Marco Rossi is carry, cycle. I need to find some carry cycle coaches. Tony Peterson here is, God, I wish it would just flip through. Dump, balance, block. God, some of these auto-generated players are really, really bad with their chemistry styles. Kalen Addison with pinch cycle. Jonas Brodin. Okay, so Ruslan Zamenhov's up to an 82. Will Thompson's up to an 81. So we are getting some decent growth from some of these guys. Gonchar needs his ELC, so we're 100% going to offer it to him. Absolutely no doubt about that one. Gonchar, we don't know his chemistry style just yet, but hopefully he'll fit on the top line. Don Jams is definitely going to sign his ELC. We'll see about that. Louis Belpedio can still play in the minors. Give him 3 years. Why not? He'll be 32. It's not that big of a deal. I will sign some of these guys down here and just fill out the AHL, and I'll catch up with you guys once everybody starts accepting their offers. All right, guys, so advancing the day, Sturm, Dumont, Belpedio, Jams, Gonchar, Schroeder, Burkholz, they all signed. And we don't really have to worry about anything. The Nykulin extension is something we can worry about, but we are currently at $69 million in cap hit, which is above the floor. I'm pretty sure they don't tell you the floor. Do they have it? No, they don't. They don't have it here, unfortunately. I think there is a way to tell somewhere. Maybe, probably not. I have no idea what they tell us. It tells you somewhere, and you just got to remember it. So I will re-sign the coaches and the scouts and catch up with you guys at the start of free agency when we offer some extensions. Here we go, guys. Ready to get it underway in the free agency period. Just taking a look at what free agents are out there. Eli Tolvanen is a free agent, but he is a restricted free agent. So that means the best player out there that anybody can sign is Noah Hannafin. Tyson Jost up to an 89. Must have had a fantastic season. I mean, for him to be better than guys like Ehlers and Besser there. 76 points. I'm really surprised. That's not what I would have thought would have gotten him up to where he is. Ehler, Besser, White. Yeah, White's a guy we know grows if you've been around the channel. You don't even have to been around that long. But Patrice Bergeron here at 39, still going pretty darn strong. What I do want to see, though, I think we might need to find a new NHL head coach, and there is an A-plus Matvichuk who fits 58%. He fits Kaprizov and Greenway, but not Johansen or Fiala, really. What are his scheme fits? Carry, cycle, balance, balanced, and then overload, but balance, balance, energy, balanced, and then balance, 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 balance. I don't really like that. 61% fit here, 59%. 64% here with Kevin Richardson. He fits Johansen and Fiala. Kaprizov, not so much, but Nykulin, Greenway, I mean, a lot of players like him more. So pinch balance, I don't like the fact that he's got hold the line. So one thing I do want to check is Declan Coop. Was he once our head coach? I feel like Coop. I remember that name. No, he was not, but maybe I'm confusing with a different franchise mode. But him not fitting Takashi at all, well, kind of makes sense because Takashi doesn't really fit anybody's scheme. But we do want to look here for players that fit the scheme. Carry, shoot, efficient, balanced. Carry, cycle, balance, balanced. Carry, shoot, efficient, balanced for his first line. Carry, shoot, efficient, balance. I feel like that fits Kaprizov. Carry, carry, cycle is what we want. Balance, balance, energy, balanced is fine. Nykulin here is balance, shoot. So if a coach has shoot, we like him. Takashi will be a second liner, probably. Fiala is also got shoot. Johansen has shoot. So Kaprizov has cycle. Okay. So Fiala, Johansen would fit with a shoot on the second line. Greenway fits balance, balance, balance. Johansen is shoot. Kaprizov, however, is cycle. Carry, cycle. And I don't know if he likes... So he's perfect for the second line. So whatever our coach's second line is, needs to be the new coach's first line. Let's go ahead and take a look at our coaching staff here. Christie, his second line is overload, carry, cycle, balance, balance. So carry, cycle with overload is what we need to look for the starting coach. So Matvichuk here, carry, cycle, but that's behind the net. Overload, carry, shoot. Overload, balance, cycle, energy, balanced. I mean, that's not... Tyler Bozak here is an option. But then we got... let's see. So we needed overload, carry, shoot, right? Behind the net, carry, shoot is close. Overload, behind the net, carry, shoot. Overload, balance, 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 balanced. How does he fit? 58%. You can see he fits Kaprizov pretty darn well. But I don't want to fire a guy that's going to fit the scheme really, really well. So, taking a look here, the best fit right now is Kevin Richardson. Behind the net, balance, balance, energy, balanced. Behind the net, carry, shoot. Actually, behind the net, carry, shoot would make our second line really freaking good, right? Johansen and Fiala on that second line would be so nice. And Kaprizov doesn't fit that well, but Takashi and Greenway and Nykulin all fit pretty well. Rossi, Hartman, I mean, he's got an average fit with everybody, but Will Thompson, who's probably he's probably balanced shoot? Pinch shoot? I don't know what he would be if he doesn't fit him very well. We'll keep going here, though. We'll see if anybody's higher than 64%. 64% for Mike Jaffrey here. Pinch balanced. Yeah, it's basically the same thing, Mike Jaffrey. Anybody higher than 64%? No, they're all going to be the same. I don't see an overload carry shoot. It's Behind the net carry shoot, but that's not exactly what we want. Behind the net carry shoot, yeah. He fits Kaprizov, not great for some reason. Overload, balance shoot, energy block. This guy's a defensive coach. I don't really like getting down into this area down here either. Taking a look at some of these guys. Overload, balanced would be fine. What is our coach like? Because Kaprizov fits perfectly with his second line. It's overload, carry. Oh, it's overload, carry, cycle for Kaprizov? Oh my god, I'm such an umpty. Overload, carry, cycle. Behind the net, carry, cycle. Overload, carry, shoot. Overload, balance, cycle. Is that why Robertson here fits? He fits everybody but Nykulin and Rossi, Brodin, and Addison. Yeah, why doesn't he fit Brodin and Addison? It's hold the line. Yeah, I don't like his defensive strategies at all. So there's balance, cycle here. I don't like that, though. Overload, balanced all across the board. Carry, shoot. We want carry, cycle, right? Balance, cycle behind the net. Carry, shoot. Carry, cycle, efficient, balanced. Pinch, shoot, balance, shoot. Wow, this guy would fit everybody averagely, except for Zamenhof. Zamenhof would absolutely love this guy. Oh, God, this is really troubling. Behind the net, carry, cycle. Again, 64% fits Kaprizov, but not Greenway. Interesting. So, overload, carry, cycle, balanced. This guy fits Kaprizov to a T, fits Greenway pretty perfectly. Nykulin, not a great fit. Takashi's a fine fit. Johansen's a fine fit. I think I'd rather get that guy that makes the second line like a beast, right? Overload, balance, cycle. This is probably a better fit, I'd say, than Jared Halpern. Actually, this is a better fit. Damian Dowd is a... Whoa. Will Thompson would not fit at all. I feel like there was a guy up here that was really good at making the second line just fit. Yeah, Johansen, Fiala. Takashi's the only guy that wouldn't fit here. Carry, shoot, balanced. Would not fit the carry cycle, but it does fit overload. Behind the net, balanced is fine. I feel like there was a guy that fit a little bit better. Reese Robertson. Balance, cycle, energy, balance, shoot, balanced is not what I was... Nope, it wasn't that. It was Kevin Richardson. Doesn't fit Kaprizov very well, but I do think he would fit most of the team. Will Thompson does not really jive with him, but that's okay. I feel like we could do a lot of damage with Richardson as our head coach. So we'll offer him about $2.5 million to be the head coach. I think we're going to fire Christie. So we'll go back to our coaches. Fire Christie. I mean, he's been good for us, right? But he's just not been able to get us over the hump, right? You can see he's getting better on defense. I mean, he's a really, really good coach all around, but he's been good with us. This past season was not good. We made it into the playoffs, but really just we've not been able to get over the hump with him in the playoffs, and I think it's time for a change of scenery. 2 years left. I'm going to demote him to AHL. No, I'm going to just straight up fire him. Confirm, because he would cost too much on the books. So we still have $7 million, Jesus, to sign coaches with. We need an NHL assistant coach. Can we get somebody who's really good at teaching? Is that an option? A- teaching, A teaching. This guy's a goalie coach. Generalist, Nick Zinger. Actually has good strategies. Could fill in a pinch for a head coach. But I am going to go ahead and offer them a little bit more money, $500,000 to be our NHL assistant coach. We need an AHL assistant coach as well, and then we can go ahead and see what's going to happen. So we're still sorting by teaching here. Who's the best assistant coach for teaching? Kravchenko here is going to get the assistant coaching gig. A little bit more money. Just hopefully they accept. It is exactly what they want. So we'll see. I will confirm that they sign, guys. Hartman and CU for a second. I don't want to give up Hartman. I really do like Hartman a lot. He's been a really good guy. Zinger is going to join the team, so that's good. Kravchenko's going to join the team, which is good. 2 seconds for Hartman in the 7th. Interesting that the fact that teams want Hartman so bad. And here's the head coach. Don't feel like the quality of the roster matches the challenges he is wishing to take on. Interesting. So I'm sure more money could persuade him, because we have about $4 million in money. I would really like to get, is it Robertson? Reese Robertson? No, it's not Reese Robertson. Where is he? Kevin Richardson. There he is. I guess I could go after Matt Tkachuk too, because he's just good, but he doesn't really fit the rest of the team. If anybody else has a style like Richardson, which is balance, balance, energy, balance, and then carry, shoot, balance, balanced. Balance, shoot. No, oh, wait, it is. No, we need cycle. Balance, cycle. This guy would fit some of the team, but again, carry, shoot, and then carry, cycle. 60% would fit Brodin. I really like the way Richardson would fit the team. He's an A- coach too, so we're just going to give him $3 million for 4 years. Money does talk. Overpay. I know he doesn't want to take on the type of team, but I don't think he's going to get a better offer than $3 million for 4 years. That would leave us $700,000 in budget remaining. We need a head coach, so hopefully he'd be willing to accept that. If not, I might just go for the best coach available. There we go. The money does talk. He is going to be our head coach, and guys, I will catch up to you when we start next season. All right, guys, it is time to check out the owner goals and see what our owner expects us to be a conservative buyer. So the owner is coming around that we should be a competitor. Fan happiness to at least 78. We can probably get that pretty easily. 2 picks in the first 2 rounds. At least 2 picks. Okay, that's easy. So basically, doesn't want us selling off top picks, but I mean, it's not like it matters. I can't trade for anything but picks anyway. And average at least 85% concession fan happiness. Anyway, it's time to edit the lines and see what we get. And the Greenway, Johansen, Fiala second line would get a +5, and that's exactly what I was hoping to do. I mean, Kaprizov, Nykulin, Takashi getting zeros is fine because they're all in the 90s. This second line is going to absolutely brutalize opponents. Tony Peterson here, it might be a better fit for the first line, potentially, than Kaprizov. Nykulin is a average fit. I mean, the coach is balance, energy balance, so it's fine. Takashi fits the first or third line. And then we finally have Alexander Gonchar, who actually really fits the first line quite well. And then, I mean, Takashi on the third line is tough. As much as I love Takashi, Gonchar gets us a +1 on the first line, and ice time is king when it comes to growing players. So that would help us out quite a bit. With Greenway up here, we'd still get a +3 on the second line. But I'd rather not. I'd rather get the +5 and then move Kaprizov, Nykulin, Gonchar, Greenway, Johansen, Fiala, Peterson, Rossi, Takashi, Duar, Bitten, Hartman is just so good. Marcus Foligno would fit perfectly on the first line. Jeepers. So I wonder if we could get something better if I scratched Gonchar. I don't want to do this. I'm just doing this to test. Marcus Foligno, still get only a +1, which is fine. I kind of figured with this coach, with the balanced, we were only going to get +1 up here at best. Craig Takashi, I know you guys have been screaming for me to get rid of him for years, but come playoff time, I think he's going to be a very crucial member of the team. He's so good defensively. Jesus, guys, this team all of a sudden looks so formidable. Getting a guy like Tony Peterson, a low elite player, to grow the way he's grown is so good. Obviously, I'm not going to bench Nykulin or anything for him, but taking a look at the defense here, we want to see who is going to fit what line the best. Actually, we've got Kalen Addison fitting the first line. Susie fits the second line. Don Jams fits the first line there as well. So Don Jams and Susie is not a great pairing. If you ask me, Don Jams up here for Zamanov, not a good idea. Kalen Addison with Brodin would get a +3, and then Thompson and Brodin get to play together again. Jams being a two-way defenseman. Actually, I could move him up instead of Brodin. I'd be fine with that. Get him the ice time he needs to grow, because ice time is king. And then in goal, Hunter Jones is an 83, but Tucker Tynan is an 80. Let's take a look, guys, at the roster moves to see what we can do. Potentially bringing somebody up. In the system, nobody really is surprisingly taken off. I'm not too shocked by that revelation, but still, lots of good players here. These are all guys that are to look out for, especially a guy like Verkholz. We just signed him to his ELC. Is going to be very, very good. We've got we've got Olchek, who is another guy, a low top 9 that we've tried to play a bit. Christian Takashi is low elite power forward who just fits, which is really nice. Let's take a look at the goalies in the system. Wallstedt's in 80 as well. Baribeau is going to have to go because we definitely need to play Cody Matthews. I'd love to trade Baribeau for just anything. But guys, I think these are the lines we're going to stick with. Takashi is going to, I mean, this third line is better than some teams' first lines. Like, let's just be 100% honest here, guys. The second line is better than some teams' first lines. And our first line is really good. Hopefully, Gonchar, being a medium elite power forward with a ridiculous shooting stat, is going to grow quite nicely. If in the first month he doesn't perform, we can always see what's going to happen. I guess playing Marco Rossi above Kaprizov would make sense because we get the +3 up here, but it doesn't make sense if you ask me. Ivan Ladnia, is a good playmaker, actually. Where does he fit? Does he fit on the 4th line? He does. Would he fit better than Will Bitten? Bitten fits fine. Actually, these guys all fit pretty good, except for Ryan Hartman does not fit the 4th line very well. Ryan Hartman was getting offers for a second. May want to take that second for a guy like Ryan Hartman, because then we can scratch him and play a guy like Ladnia, who is still going to get us a +1 down there. And, I mean, he's 26. He's got potential. Although, having an 85 overall Ryan Hartman would be nice. But, guys, you let me know. I think I'm more open to trading Hartman than I am Takashi. Although, if I bench Takashi for Hartman, it's even. So, it would be zeros here. Hartman, yeah, I know. I'd rather have Craig Takashi. I could get more for Craig Takashi, but he's one of the first guys we ever drafted. He's only 22. He's still got plenty of time to grow. This coach, I feel like, is a success. Not getting as much help on the back end, but again, jams. Thompson's a low elite. Ruslan Zamanov is medium top 4. So is Kalen Addison. Still got some time to grow. Brodin is just a solid guy. And then Carson Soucy is just kind of here. So that is that. I don't know what to do about the goaltending situation. Maybe I can move Tucker Tynan and bring up Wallstedt. Like Tucker Tynan and Hartman could be moved in a package, perhaps. So if we just throw Hartman on there, who's got good value, and rookie goalies, he's not actually a rookie goalie anymore. Actually, yes, he is. There's Tucker Tynan. Throw those two together. Could get 2 seconds from the Flames. This is just straight up pretty quickly. Actually, 2 seconds from the Flames sounds like the best deal on the board. I'd be fine with that. We'd clear up some space down in the minors for Cody Matthews to grow. Tucker Tynan is fine. He's got 3 years left on a really cheap deal. He could actually become something soon, but we'll see. Guys, I'm going to need your help down in the comment section. I want to hear what you have to say. Or do I get rid of Takashi? But I would just be getting rid of Craig Takashi for a first. And I feel like that would be a waste of his value. I feel like he's better on the 3rd line than some random first overall pick. Maybe I'll trade him at the draft if there's a franchise player in this draft class. I don't know if we know that already. If Matej Polak from the hockey club Aklari, definitely want to scout this player. Scout his potential in comparison. There we go. So if he's a franchise, if Matej Polak is a franchise player, then we're definitely going to go after him. And use Craig Takashi to get there. It's pretty cutthroat, but it is what it is. Guys, leave your thoughts down in the comments section. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.